Hello everyone. Oh my gosh, I haven't talked in a bit, so I feel like, hello everyone. I already said that. So today, this timeless reading is about what is a message from your higher self, because it's my favorite topic. I love the topic of tuning into yourself and really figuring out what is for the highest and best good. That's just like, it's my thing. So I have 3 piles here today. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And go ahead and take a picture. Yeah, take a picture. It'll last longer. Take a look at the 3 piles here, and we will do our usual thing where we breathe in, and then on the exhale, we point and we are led to the one that most resonates with us. All right, so ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, and let's just do it one more time, collectively. Ready? Breathe in. And on an exhale, point to the one that is calling you. A little voice is calling you, calling me, calling. One little voice is calling me. Now, follow the timestamps, and I will see you in your pile. Okay, bye. Okay, hello pile number 1. So, I'm gonna move my little turtle out of the way for now. I was called to a particular deck for you, and it is the Wild Mystic Oracle. This is the guidebook, but it's the Wild Mystic Oracle. And I tend to personally shy away from this deck only because I find it's hard to find the cards in here because they're not like numbered or anything, and I can find myself getting a little frustrated with that. So this is pile number 1. There's a reason I brought that up. Just stick with me for a second. All right, so we'll put this here. Your pile number 1. I don't think it's gonna sit up as much as I'd like it to. That works, right? Okay, I was just about to say someone's mad, which might be true. I don't really like that at all, but the reason it's weird that I would say that. Someone's mad. It came naturally. But give me a second before I go into that. But I have a song stuck in my head, and it's banging on a trash can, singing on a street light, ba-da-da-da-dum-bum. And at first I was singing it because of one little voice is calling me, calling me, calling me. One little voice is calling me. And that's from Doug. If you are an elder millennial or older, you might know that show. Okay. Before I start to interpret everything, these are your cards. This is what I was called to, and I'd like to share with you. So the first card that you picked was Appetite. Get out of your comfort zone. And that's why I also feel like I was pulled to this deck, because it's not my most comfortable deck. It has some really great cards and everything, which is why we're here with it. But I'm like, it's gonna take a little bit of work. It's gonna be kind of uncomfortable. So it makes sense. Like, I'm already getting a bit of a message here. I'm also picking up a bit of, this isn't howlite. It's it makes sense. Again, all of this makes sense because we're connecting with our higher selves. There's a spiritual connection going on here. I'm getting this sense that there's a creative endeavor and a passion that you want to explore. But it might be a little bit more new. What is a message from your higher self? And then I just heard clean up, everybody everywhere. Clean up, everybody do your share. You'll excuse me for that. So I moved that out of the way. Maybe I was picking up. Okay, so Miracle was another one that I was pulling out for you. I'm going to put that up there. Now, it's important. Someone's here with me right now. I have a bit of, like, I'm getting these tinglings up here and around here. So someone's hanging out. What's up? Should I sage? Yeah, let's clear the space for a little bit. Oh, I don't even have my thing out here. Should I go get it? Yes. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, we're gonna sage a little bit. Okay, dear angels and guides of the highest truth and compassion, please fill me with light, love, and healing. Help me channel messages that are going to give pile number 1 information that will help them through the rest of their day, week, month, lifetime, who knows. Thank you so much for your guidance. I am excited and grateful to be here. Let's take a look. I keep getting called to this deck. It was sitting out, so maybe this is what I'm clarifying. I haven't even read anything yet. Trusting the process. Okay. Okay, a single card for you there. Is this the main energy? This is what you want, hope, and desire. Interesting. Okay, so it looks like, it says the friend. I am my own best friend and magnetize other loving friendships. Okay, so maybe there's a bit of trying to meet people. I just saw the word repair again. Let's bring in some good vibes. We are not going to set my stuff on fire, though. We are going to be careful about that. One little voice is calling me, calling me. One little voice is calling me. All right, so this is number 11, and that's a very spiritually connected number, just so you know, in case you don't know. And I am pulled towards a lot of the white, the divine, the white light, the bringing in good energy and good vibes in this. So maybe if you are interested in venturing out of a comfortable area for yourself regarding many different facets, I just saw finances, I saw financial abundance, but we're also talking about friendships. But I'm getting the sense, like, again, I keep getting the sense that it's like a creative endeavor, a creative, like, you want to do something creatively that isn't as, I'm hearing the word nuanced. It's nuanced. It's special. Like, it's, so maybe it's a path that not many people have traveled, and it might be like, okay, I'm gonna, because I keep getting that word nuanced, and I'm not quite sure how it's playing in. I am my own best friend. Okay. Yeah, so you are traveling on your own path, and you're realizing that because of that, because there aren't a lot of people you know on a similar journey, it might be a little lonely, or you might be looking for a mentor. And in that process of starting to meet new people and stuff, this is my advice. Just start being your own best friend. Like, do this thing that you're really excited and seem to enjoy, and bring in the good vibes, create it, and people who resonate with it as you share about this will want to get involved. That's what I'm hearing. And I keep tapping. There's something like with because even that song that I had started was banging on a trash can, singing in a street light. So there's like a, okay, what are we doing with the tapping? All right, it wants me to read more about the friend. One little voice is calling me, calling me. One little voice is calling me. It says, the art of the matter. The figures pictured in this scene are neither brother or sister, nor are they lovers at this time, though they may become so in the future. They care deeply for each other and want only happiness for their friend, but no romantic feelings have bubbled to the surface of their relationship. Perhaps there will never be any. For now, they are friends, a rare and wonderful thing. It would be a mistake to call them just friends, because there really is no such thing. Their noble birth symbolized by her crown of gold. Yeah, and I was pointing, I didn't mention this, but I kept pointing to the gold here, and then I heard, golden. So there is an element of gold in this. Like, you're good, you're gold. That's what I'm hearing. It's a statement that friendship is the noblest relationship of all. All crowns are a symbol of the rays of divinity said to emanate from great beings. This mental energy is seen by those of heightened sensitivity as an aura of light around the head, and its color, density, and intensity can be interpreted to reveal mental health and the general state of mind. The sword carried by the prince is also a symbol for mental energy in the suit of swords in the cards of the tarot. Friendship, in this case, is ruled more by the head than the heart. And I just saw 1111. Yeah, like I said, I was getting a lot of like the spiritually connected aspect of it. And it, while this is focused on like the head, I'm just feeling like it's more of a spiritual connection. Get out of your comfort zone. Okay. Anything else I can read? Ooh, this is a lot of information. A magic flower appears floating in the air between them, its petals opening and releasing a delicate fragrance. Their friendship, too, is unfolding, and its sweetness is beyond compare. The absence of the usual games played by new lovers has allowed them to really know and appreciate each other. It is an energy that sends the clouds hurtling across the sky as if seized by delight. Why has no love affair blossomed? Perhaps the merest intuitive premonition of passion serves to strike fear in one or both of their hearts, that their precious friendship will be destroyed, and so they repress it at all costs. They must realize that if their present friendship is real, allowing true love and romance to occur will only make it better, not destroy it. The heart of the matter, friendships provide an opportunity to give as well as to receive. Building special connections can enrich your life in incredible ways. If you are seeking to make... Sorry, my candle's going crazy. If you are seeking to make new close friendships or bring more love into your life, and now it's chill, you should try to love yourself more. Be your authentic self as best you can, and that will attract more love to you. Also, do not dismiss the possibility that love may come through an introduction from friends, or that it might start out being a platonic friendship. No matter whether it is someone you already know, I'm getting the sense that it is someone you already know, or someone you have yet to meet, the important thing is whether or not the friendship or the relationship is one built on the solid foundation of mutual respect. Be careful if you display the all too common tendency to think that someone who is nice and kind must be weak and boring. Too many people are looking for excitement because they think the uncontrollable, unpredictable uncertainty is what love is. Real love is exciting because the two of you care so much about each other and show it in every way. And now another thing to say about the number 11. It's 1 and 1. It's two. When two become one. I don't know. You know what I mean. Okay. So there is this aspect of like pairing, now that I've read that. And the first card that's on top, which I do have to say, I put this back because I was overthinking this. And I kept pulling cards. I was like, no, I already, and this, because this came out with another card, and I was like, no, and I picked the other card, and I put this one back. And then I shuffled and I was like, okay, what are the cards for pile number 1? And then this one popped out again. I was like, okay. so I'm getting this sense, like I said, I didn't want to pick this deck and here the deck is, and I didn't want to pick this card and here the card is. So there is a bit of that, like, okay, maybe I'll trust this. All right. And maybe like the drumming on a trash can, like the frustration. Remember, I was picking that up. But there is also this aspect of heart in this a little bit. Like you're too stuck in your head now that they were saying, and like everything is a knock. Like someone's coming. Like who's at the door? Opportunity. Okay, so family in reverse. This is what we have. I'm gonna just no, it wants me to focus on one at a time. Family in reverse. So obviously there's like a pairing and a friendship kind of thing, and all right, wish me luck finding this. Okay, you know what? I just noticed it is in alphabetical order. That helps. Banging on a trash can, hanging in the sweet light. Okay, well, remember when I said it was in alphabetical order? It seems to not be, because I can't find what are those seahorses? Okay, maybe it still is in alphabetical order. It just doesn't have the word that it's in alphabetical order as. Like, found it. Seahorse. So it's under seahorse. The word seahorse is not on this. So that's why it was so frustrating. Okay, I was looking for family. Here we go. Seahorse, family. The seahorse card represents the family, be it found family or blood relations. When seahorses mate, the female seahorse deposits her eggs in the male seahorse's pouch, inverting humanity's traditional heteronormative view of parental care. This card is symbolic of family in its essence as an accepting and safe place full of allies, protectors, and friends. It does not dictate what a family should or should not be, beyond a grouping where one can feel loved. The seahorse card signifies unconditional love, affection, care, and safety. This card may also indicate nurturing, development, and acceptance. It is a healing card whereby others around you are doing the healing rather than you healing yourself. It is the act of defending those we love from harm and hurt, and protecting them with love and care. It is also a potent card for fertility or symbolic of a new member of the family entering your life. And it is in reverse, so here is the shadow reading. Though seahorses do not mate for life, they have been observed to create strong bonds between pairs, working as a team to form the best start for their young. However, once their young are born, they turn their attention to the next cycle, and the young are left to fend for themselves. The shadow reading of this card may be one of abandonment, rejection, or fierce and necessary independence. Garlic, hollyhock, oak, olive are the flora. It's the element of water. Blessings on children or unions, fertility, magic, or luck with an adoption to encourage harmony within a family unit. So there's a lot with family already. Get out of your comfort zone. We also have inspire upside down. That's the next one. I'm getting this sense that like the family in reverse is the current situation. Like there's this fear of rejection that I'm picking up mainly. And that's why there's this idea of like accepting yourself first and then like finding your group of people, your tribe. And so this is more, I think your higher self is letting you know that this is what's blocking you, is kind of in the way. It's a big obstacle that you have to overcome, is this hang up. Okay, so let's look into inspire. And it's in reverse as well. And it's the wren. This card represents inspiration, dream, and nature's influence. The wren is a sacred bird to the Celts and Druids. In Welsh, they are drower, a word which also translates to druid and is associated with the bard Taliesin, a great poet and storyteller of sub-Roman Britain. The wren is a songbird, beginning its mating call in early spring, and is seen to symbolize the end of winter. This card encourages you to listen to the natural world and its inhabitants and take inspiration from their teaching. It is a card of communication without words, of natural, spiritual, and divine inspiration. The shadow reading, though, because it's in reverse, when the power of inspiration is twisted to negative ends, it can be seen as manipulation or seduction. The shadow reading of the Wren card may be warning you against charismatic figures who do not sing true songs. Take a moment to translate their true meanings and ground yourself in the natural world around you. And once again, we have oak, which was also a similar one with the seahorse, mistletoe, beech, vervain, violet, and apple. Spell work, dream work and exploration, inspiring storytelling, and spring rites. So these are things, and it's the element of air. So we have air and we have water. Very flowing energies that want to take place. Let's go back. The next one is memory, and it is an upright. It's an elefante. L'éléphant et je suis l'éléphant. Found it. All right. This card represents our ancestors and those we remember who have passed on. Elephants have excellent memories and often recall difficult routes and terrain to survive drought. They are also one of the few species on Earth, other than ourselves, recorded to have funerals. They lay leaves and sticks over deceased elephants, and stand watch over their bodies for days at a time. These intelligent and compassionate animals inspire reverence for the memory of those no longer with us. All right, so there's a lot with, and this is very earth and spirit. I think this is more a way that you can, I'm seeing the story now. There's something getting in the way of your connection, and that something is you're either trying to connect with the wrong person, you're forcing it too much. You don't belong where you are, is what I just heard. Yeah, there's a lot with like easing the loss of a loved one. I was saying that there was like this idea, this abandonment, this rejection aspect that was coming out pretty strong in this. But I'm seeing the story is this is your trauma. This is what's getting, okay, so we started out with this is what you want. You want connection. You want to get out of your comfort zone. You want to meet new people. But what's getting in the way is fear of rejection and not really being comfortable with yourself yet, fear of judgment, but you want so badly to connect and you want to trust that. And so something that can help you, and I'm already seeing this, is that honoring past loved ones, honoring past relationships that didn't work out and seeing the good in them. And this is where I can start to give some advice, because back after a really big breakup a long time ago, I once wrote on a note card, I put all of my exes' names, and then next to each ex I thought about like a really like a strong theme and something I was grateful for that relationship for, like something I learned, and it could be something that came out of something negative that I learned, like what I wanted, things like that. But I did that with every single, relationship, past relationship. And this can also work for friendships that have passed on too. And grieving any loved ones, like do this as you want and will. But it was very therapeutic and it was very concise. So whenever I found myself maybe getting lost in the past and worried about connection and like, well, what if this happens again? Or what if this? I'm like, no, I learned this lesson from that. That happened for this reason. And you can like manipulate your own mind that way because they're not in your life anymore, so you can tell yourself whatever you want. It's a free country. Whatever is going to empower you and open you up to meeting new people. Now, being honest with yourself about the lessons you've learned in each relationship will be more powerful, obviously, because like if you're trying to convince yourself that you learned how to love better when in reality you learned you didn't want to love that person or that kind of trait, you know, it's not going to help to say you learned to love better. It would be more beneficial to say, I learned that I like this trait in a person. This trait, I'm looking for this. Yeah, so don't like fully manipulate yourself. There's a little bit of brainwashing that needs to take place to really get over past loved ones or like grieving process. There is a bit of like, you have to rewire your thoughts in your mind, and if you've been stuck on rumination, especially in regards to rejection, you have to rewrite that for yourself to be able to build resilience and move forward, because it's not going to help to constantly think, I sucked, it was my fault, I sucked, it was my fault. That's not going to help at all. So in that regard, you got to start changing that narrative. Be like, start telling a new story for yourself and not getting lost in the past stories. That's what I'm seeing a lot in this. Like with the memory, soon after the memory, like if you make an altar, and in my mind, making an altar, creating a ritual to honor past loved ones or past relationships or past lessons, it is a way of you saying, this happened, this is here, here is what I learned, I am grateful for this, and you can then move forward. So that's really what I'm seeing. Like, it's talking about funerals, but you can have funerals for like a habit that you want to destroy, you know, like that you want, that is dead, that is now dead, moving forward for you in your future. So like, just think of altars, funerals, rituals, having something for yourself to say, this happened, I am going to do this moving forward. That could help you feel a little bit more comfortable on this journey, on this new endeavor. But the next card is victory, and it's upright. And so I feel like if you start to really honor your past and like give it space to have happened and that you can learn from it, maybe somewhere concise, like a plan, something like that, you will have victory. Like, you will get to a place of victory. So let's see, this is it going to be under boar, or is it going to be under warthog? Boar. It was under boar. I found it. Okay. This card represents victory and success. Much of the mythology surrounding the importance of the boar comes from the Celts. The boar is a fierce creature associated with success in battle, power, victory, and fruitfulness. The boar card tells us that a great triumph or achievement is imminent, and that a period of trial is reaching its end. Great. All right, the boar tells us that we are on the right track, and this pathway will lead to riches, fulfillment, and greatness. If you... It's pulling me this way. Boars are great foragers and adaptive and versatile with their diet. The boar card also referenced the ability to make something out of nothing and gain success in places often overlooked by others. And you know, it's interesting that, like, that really stuck out to me, but places often overlooked by others. And I kept getting the word nuanced, nuanced, nuanced. So I'm not sure. I'm getting the sense it's in love, and then I'm hearing nuanced expectations. You know what I just remembered too? Like, I'm getting the sense of like creating music, because that Doug song is also, you know, he was in a band. So like that, it was his song and stuff. And it brought up songbird. And so storytelling and like ways of honoring, like a funeral rituals, like what I was saying, writing a song, joining a band, that would definitely be a creative endeavor, because I kept feeling like a band or like a creative something, but then I kept hearing nuanced, nuanced, nuanced. And okay, so now I'm being pulled to the next card, which is intention in reverse, and it's a jellyfish. So let's find the jellyfish. Shadow reading. The outstretched, translucent arms of the jellyfish are difficult for prey to see until it is too late. The shadow reading of this card tells us to be careful of hidden dangers and use our intuition to find safer waters. If we cannot find safer waters, we might need to work on making the waters around us safe so that we may swim without fear. Interesting. I mean, remember I'd gotten that message of like, you are somewhere you don't belong. You are somewhere... I remember I did pull in that message. So maybe there is a bit of... I don't like reading for negative things, but if you do not feel safe in the environment that you are in, the nuanced expectations. I heard create your own safe space and move from there. Past stories will wilt away. In time. Give it time. And I keep hearing, it's very poetic, outstretch your hands and find calmer waters. And then I just saw like someone swimming. So like it is bringing in that swimming, like the jellyfish has said, the translucent. So keeping some things hidden, keeping some expectations hidden. I know I mentioned like setting out a plan for who you're looking to bring into your life. And if you can do that, if you are still surrounded by people that don't necessarily jive with you, and you can use that as a bit of a compass. I'm being led. What's up? I kept hearing, life's a bore. And even though I read this as victory before, I'm getting like a second meeting now. And I was like yawning and I was just kind of tired. And like this energy is a lot of like, I don't wanna, but I will. I don't wanna, but I will. And there's a bit of like, it is a lower, slightly more drained energy, which usually stems from like preventing yourself from moving forward with creative energy. And there's a bit of like, well, what's the point? So there's a bit of feeling depleted, and to combat that, you do need to have courage. And the next one is you need to have strength, and you need to be taking care of yourself. So prioritizing resting, eating, meditation would be really great for you. It wants me to read courage now, so I will do that. Lion. Rawr. I know my alphabet. Alright, this card represents bravery, so you do need to be brave, and you need to be brave. I feel like you're leaving a situation that wasn't good for you, and you're considering... I think the pursuit is friendship, because like you don't necessarily want to dive into a new romantic relationship, because it feels like that's where you're headed. And then I'm hearing like a Muppet song is, I've got need right in front of me. Okay, but anyway, often the lion is a symbol, has been instilled with themes of noble pursuits and honorable behavior. This card urges you to take the high road when faced with temptations or vengeance, anger, or the easy way through a situation. Taking the high road can often be the most courageous and difficult step. It is a message to not let oppressors get you down or situations overwhelm you. Yeah, I think you are in a thing and you're feeling rejected, and you want to find people who are going to accept and love and treat you with kindness. And yeah. So what is a message from your higher self? Are we there yet? Consume. Consume is the message. This was all the energy leading up to it. This card represents the union of life and death, consuming that which has died in order to live. Many of the mythologies surrounding the vultures are in opposition to one another. The vulture card may be asking you to confront your own duality, or how the opposites within yourself complement you as a whole. The vulture often used as an agent of vengeance in Greek myths, such as the vulture who tortured Prometheus at Zeus's behest. Vengeance is as an emotion can consume and must be kept in check. This card asks you to take care that vengeance and overwhelming negative emotion do not consume you, and to find the balance between light and dark. And I was feeling in the beginning like that frustration. And the first thing I said was like, someone's angry. And I couldn't quite explain why, but that was the first message that came out. Someone's angry. And I'm surrounding myself with a lot of fire and protection from the fire. I keep getting back, like, pulled to memory, and now it's in reverse. The shadow of the elephant card is forgetfulness. While this can be seen negatively in terms of absent-mindedness, it can also indicate letting go of painful memories and not paying heed to that which does not serve us. Much like the light reading, which tells us to learn from the memories of loss. The shadow tells us to learn, but then discard the pain. That's what I was saying. Having a funeral for yourself will lead to victory. And I'm cleaning up now. Cool. Cool. We love that. So get out of your comfort zone. Get out of this situation. Move on to calmer waters is what I'm hearing. Find your seahorse. Find your people who will uplift you and be there for you. Okay, pile one. That was your reading. I hope that this helped you get some clarity. You got this. Bye, pile one. Hi, pile number two. Hi, pile two. Okay, I just sat down with your cards. Right away, you have Labradorite. Oh, no, wait. Okay. Blech. So just as a reminder, today's reading is about what is a message from your higher self. Okay? And the message right away, already, is having to do with Labradorite. And it says, see the magic. And I have a Labradorite right here. And then I have people surrounding you. Lots of people hanging out. 3 people. And then your deck that I was called to, for you specifically, was C, Soul Journeys Oracle Cards. And I like this deck a lot. I'm biased. And I'm like flipping through, like I'm playing a card game. Like, what's gonna be first? This one is first. Space. May your heart and your scope expand. Gratitude. May you honor all that you receive. Courageous was in reverse. And it says, may each breaking wave build your courage. So we'll keep that over there. And then alive is also in reverse. May you delight in vitality. And then beauty is also in reverse. May you perceive nature's artistry afresh. So I'm already getting the sense that you are kind of in a down space. You're not feeling happy. I just heard, when will my life begin? You can't see the beauty around you. You're not feeling the best. You're feeling alive or courageous. You're just kind of like this pulled in energy. And your higher self wants to create space to receive and pull in more things to be great. I mean, you don't have to pull in things to be grateful for. Things are already here. So I'm feeling called to bring out a tarot deck here and I guess clarify some things. Now, I do want to say that I am very energized in this deck. Like I'm feeling hyped, man. I'm feeling like this movement. It's not restless energy, it's energy. Oh. Oh. Any others? They're very decisive in this one. Maybe I spoke too soon. Any others? Okay. Any more? Okay. All right, yeah. All right, this is clear as day. Okay. One more, I heard. Okay. But it's in reverse? Okay. Oh, I know, I've said okay like so many times for this one. All right. I'm just, this energy, it's like you're gearing up for something, like, oh, okay, here it goes. But there's like a fire starter is also this, like, this vision I'm seeing of like someone getting to work and like having the stick, you know, and going and starting a fire, starting your own fire, being competent enough to start your own fire. That's the message I just got. Now, the main things that are popping up, like these were all put together, is the devil energy. It is in reverse, which is about like addictions, obsessions, and it's kind of like, I feel like there's a specific word that they want me to read about that though. Detachment, freedom, awareness, vulnerability. Detachment is the word that I'm called to. And so you need to detach from these negative thoughts patterns, these negative thought patterns of not being able to see the beauty around you, not feeling the vitality. Ow, I just like poked my ear. Not hearing the good things, not telling yourself the good things. And you're getting stuck in the waves. You're getting stuck in the obstacles that pop up. And maybe there's a bit of like, you're taking it a bit personally. And so that's why it's hard to let go of it. But you need to. That's what your higher self needs to be able to get to this beautiful space of like, and like, you've got some great cards here. Let's talk about it a little bit. Okay, so first it wants me to read Eight of Pentacles in reverse, which is kind of going through the motions. It's just doing the work. It's just kind of like, and there's a bit of like stuck energy with that. It's also in reverse, so let's read about that. Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles. Are you the first? Yeah, you are. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Perfectionism, frustration, setbacks, and obsession. And yeah, it is like I said, I wasn't getting like a restless energy, but I am getting like a working. And maybe the frustration is you haven't yet started a spark. It hasn't yet caught fire. And so like you're doing all this and you're hoping that it's hoping that you're gonna start your journey. It's the first card in the deck. Again, I want to make sure. Whew, it's very decisive. This energy is very like, it's like whip fast. Lots of fire energy here. Potential, new beginnings, opportunity, adventure. It's like there is a bit of like, again, I wasn't getting a restless energy, but there must be a little bit of it. I'm more feeling called, and there's like this energy of being led, if you allow yourself to be led. If you get out of your own way, like if you release this devil energy and you detach from these thoughts that pull you back, like you would be going like, whoosh. It'd be like this fiery, like I'm seeing a dragon, this fiery guided energy. It's a very intuitive energy, which would make sense because this is a message from your higher self. Okay. I'm going to read a bit more about the Fool. This card may be at the beginning or the end of our path. Each position marks the start of new beginnings, where we are free to be creative, have boundless faith, and freely embrace opportunities. So it really is like, there's a lightheartedness in this whole thing, but there's a releasing of emotions that needs to happen. Like you got to get rid of this frustration. You got to heal it, is what I'm seeing. And now I can move on. The next card is the Hanged Man in reverse. And that's usually like a stuck energy. I'm already feeling like we're moving forward in this energy. I'm talking so fast on this too. When will my life begin is like the song in my head. I keep wondering and wondering and wondering and wondering, when will my life begin? Okay, so the Hanged Man is in reverse: indecision, delusion, delay, missed opportunity. Indecision is what I'm led to. Maybe you can't decide to start this new journey. Why is that though? And now it's calling me to the Artist in reverse. So you can't start this new opportunity. Why is that? That's the question I asked. Unstable, judgmental, restless, and greedy. Judgmental? So you can't start this new journey or this new opportunity because you're judging it too much? What are they judging? The Hanged Man. Let's lead me back to the Hanged Man. Okay, so there are pros and cons to any opportunity, and perhaps you are more focused on the negatives and you're more trying to convince yourself it's not going to be good. 11:11 on the clock and 11:11 up on my clock. So like, whoa, that was, okay, I gotta take a moment. Okay, I gotta take a moment here. What did I just say? Because that must have been really important. Okay. I have never seen that happen before, but okay, so at the same time that this video was 11:11, it turned 11:11 p.m. on my clock too. So it was like 11:11, 11:11, and I'm like, oh my god, what did I just say? Because it's important. Go back to that. Yeah, you're focused more on the negatives of this new opportunity than you are the positives. And that's why you're not seeing the beauty in the situation. You're not seeing the vitality and the gifts that it can give to your situation. And it's really easy to just like be indecisive. Now that makes sense because courageous was in reverse, and there's like, you're stuck in between waves. Like sometimes maybe you could imagine yourself taking this new opportunity and it feels wonderful, and other times you're trying to convince yourself to stay small and be like, no, but this, I should keep trying to start this fire here, you know, instead of freely embracing it and moving forward. But the energy is, it keeps bringing me back to the Hangman. The energy is like, it would be really easy to just do it. It would be really fun. It would be really beneficial. So the message from your higher self is do it. It would be fun. Do it. It would be fun. And then I'm led to the Artist again, but it's having me read it in upright. Okay, but first the Hangman. The Hangman is an indication that it is time to end old ways and release the restrictions that are holding you back in life. It is time for inaction and reflection in order for new opportunities to manifest. You must be willing to sacrifice something to gain something new. Yeah, so things are going to fall away as you move forward on a new journey. It's just kind of the nature of it. It's like autumn, you know? The leaves fall off, but it makes way for new buds and the tree overall grows. So there's like, you gotta release some things as you move forward. And I'm hearing that it's emotions. Like you have to release old, yucky, nasty emotions and thoughts that were holding you back. Like you gotta release, like I keep getting pulled to beauty of being alive. Like specifically, the beauty of being alive. Okay, so now I get to read Eight of Wands in reverse. I keep wondering and wondering and wondering and wondering, when will my life begin? Bum, 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 bum. And it's in reverse. Frustration, delay, mistakes, confusion. So we keep, plans are delayed. And you're taking it as, oh, well, that means it won't happen. A Hanged Man again. Okay, decisions. So you're delaying a decision? Yeah. You are, what's the word? Procrastinating. You're procrastinating. And I have heard, You're procrastinating because it's going to be so much bigger. Life will be so much bolder. You'll have to have courage. But oh my gosh, it feels great. Like this is really good energy. Space. It feels expansive. May your heart and your scope expand. And I'm pulled to that scope expand because like you're probably that judgment that is happening. You're judging whatever opportunity is here, and that's preventing you from opening up and like moving forward in this beautiful energy. And you're toiling. I keep hearing the word toiling. And then I also heard bubble, bubble, toil in trouble. Oh, okay. You're manifesting this more negative energy because you are holding yourself back. And like that indecision, that waffling, that kind of creates the confusion, and it creates this push and pull, which is very frustrating. It's not fun on the nervous system. It's not going with flow. It's not led. There's no direction. And so that's very frustrating because you can feel like you're lost in these feelings, but you are stopping yourself. You're stopping and starting, and like you'll dabble in the idea of the new opportunity, but then you will quickly be like, no, we can't do that because of this reason. No, we can't do that because of this reason. And then so you're toiling, but then you're getting frustrated because like you do want to do it. You want to do it. Go do it. And so like this, I'm feeling the frustration build because of that. And you need space. Bum, bum. You need space to dream and really embrace that energy of openness and feeling alive. Yeah, you gotta let yourself feel alive. Like anything that stops you and pulls you back, don't. No. All right, I'm going to read about, this is what could be in your future, and it's having it upright. Like it felt very noble when I picked it up. It was like, this will be your future if you can do this. Whereas before it was in reverse, kind of representing the energy that you needed to release. Queen of Cups. Can I read it? What? Just kidding. It has something it wants to emphasize. Is this it? Yes. The lizard. Okay. Just that. Okay. Lizard. All right, let's read lizard first. It's very important. Yeah. Instinctual, sensitive to the subtle, dreamer. The lizard is an expert in the realm of sensory perception. As if it has a sixth sense, the lizard hears what is yet to be spoken and sees what is yet to manifest. Although this is an amazing gift, it can easily wear the lizard down. Big crowds, lots of travel, or overstimulation will drain a lizard of their magical essence. This card is an indication to pull back from the bright lights and big city and return to the inner artist who's been whispering your name. All right, are we upright? We are upright. Artistic, telepathic, and spiritual. So you might be starting an artistic journey, which would make sense because we also have the artist here. But I think just like your life manifesting, that is the artistry here. And you do need to pull yourself back away from other influences. And possibly that's where you picked up this whole like, no, I can't. No, but we have to, we've got to be grounded. We've got to like think, we got to think this through. We got to be really, really practical. Whereas this is really wanting you to get in tune with how you feel and like be instinctual and intuitive and just guide yourself. Be led by your heart. Be led by the expansive vision in front of you. And that's why I also have the tangled delays. So there might be like when you get to a state of frustration and frazzled, you need to pull yourself away from a crowd and really dig into these feelings and frustrations before they completely overwhelm you or you ignore them too much that you're just even more bitter. Okay? So I'm getting this sense that like really honoring your alone time and using it to envision a beautiful future and see the beauty. Like you can't use that alone time to negatively reminisce or like think about the past and things like that. You've really, or think of what you lack and what you don't have and why you can't do things. You've got to stay focused on the good and the things that make you feel alive. Like you've got to go where the energy is. You do need to make your own energy is what I'm hearing, but that also means like charging your battery. Okay, so now I get to read Queen of Cups upright, which I've wanted to. I'm excited about it. Cups, 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 cups. Okay, protection, intuition, unconscious emotion, and creativity. So yeah, there's a lot with creativity here. Now I'm saying this in reverse. And then I just heard, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. All right, so one out of balance. Elusive, non-committal, and flaky. And the artist upright. So there are gifts coming your way. Visionary, interpreter, creation, and passionate. Yeah, so there's so much beautiful creative energy. And now it wants me to read courageous upright. Oh my goodness, I don't know. Oh wow. Courageous up. Oh, yeah. The sea wills you to see your strength in every wave that breaks in your path. It proves your resilience with challenges to extend your courage stroke by stroke. It asks how far you will go in pursuit of yourself towards all you can become. May you throw caution to the wind and the gulls. May you find courage in the sea. May you be bold. I did say bolder at one point, yeah. I face fear with compassion and claim my path. I face fear with compassion and claim my path. Now, I get why they wanted me to read that, because that is what is going to, like, it's claiming your path. It's like not getting in your own way and saying, no, we gotta be practical, we gotta do this thing. Like being free to start your journey. May you perceive nature's artistry afresh. There is a lot about artistry. Like this is a beautiful world. It can be a beautiful canvas for you to create a life that you want. If you let yourself. And don't do that where you're like, no, well, but we have to, but we don't have, but I'm not good enough at, like, don't do that. Those are the negative thoughts that you need to kill. Kill it. The devil. Kill him. Get rid of those thoughts that shoot them dead, you know, like get rid of them. I am cleaning up now. May your heart and your scope expand. You can do this. You can expand beyond these thoughts. Take some time to yourself, restock or take stock, and really like envision this. Envision you're not stuck. You got this. You can do it. All right, I am cleaning things up. You can do it. Follow your intuition. Get in touch with your intuition. Heal from the people you were hanging around with. Like, heal from other people's influences on you and their words and their opinions on your life and what it should look like. Okay? Let that go and think of where you are led and follow your dragon. Mm-hmm. Okay. I liked that one. This was a good energy. It's telling me I'm not done. What do you want me to read? Space. May your heart and your scope expand. No, it doesn't want me to read that one. Beauty, it wants me to read. May you perceive nature's artistry afresh. The sea declares its elemental beauty in every mercurial shift. It is deeply alive to the space and moment it inhabits. In the constant cycle of sea becoming sky and sky becoming sea, nature paints a limitless portrait of connection and intrinsic completeness. May you appreciate the artistry in everything. May you find beauty in each tender difference. May you see your own beauty reflected in the beauty of others. In the beauty that surrounds me, I see myself. Yeah. Paint a picture. Okay. Any other is having me pull. Judgment in reverse. Yeah, okay. Self-doubt, rejection, blockage, stagnation. We know. Anything else that they need to know? See the magic. Should I read that one then? Yes. Okay. Labrador. Look at that. I almost like went right to it. There it is. See the magic. There is magic all around you. If you lift your gaze from your everyday path, you will find it around every corner. It is in the beauty of a rainbow, the mystery of the stars, a hug from a friend, and the innocence of a child's laugh. Open your eyes to the many miracles along life's journey. Be a participant in the world around you. Believe in divine timing and put your full trust in life's plan. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Take a look around you and you'll find your North Star guiding the way towards your destiny. That's beautiful. This is a very straightforward, very, I almost said honest. It's a very straightforward, honest. I keep saying honest. It's a warm energy. It's an inviting energy. It's a very bright future energy if you let that bright future in for you. And so I'm going to end this now. This feels right to me. Yeah. Okay. So pile number 2. I hope that helped you. That was what is a message from your higher self. Okay. Okay, bye. Ow. I punched myself in the face. Don't punch yourself in the face. Get out of your own way. Okay, bye. Hi, pile number 3. Okay, excuse me while I clean up a little bit. I didn't realize how much of a mess I was making. Okay. I'm already pulling in some energy, and it makes sense. I pulled so many cards for you. Look at that. I don't know if you can see. And I was like, there's gotta be, like, why is there so much? So I'm a little curious, but I'm also like, in between each pile that I read here, I kind of cleanse my space a little bit and kind of like get myself a little distracted and go do things like I use the restroom and wash my hands, and things were sticking out to me was like water, like tears, and then I got the song I am lost, but undone, bum, bum. So there's a bit more of a sadness to this pile that I'm already feeling, pile number 3. And do the next right thing. And this says prioritize your health, turquoise. So we've got some turquoise, and I also saw you can do it. So I think the reason that there are so many cards is because like it's letting you know, like it's got advice for you, and it wants to show support, like your higher self is here for you. You know, that's the message, that's the sense I was getting. So I just pulled out from that strawberry in reverse, and I have to remember how to read all these. It's number 39. Does it have the number? Yeah, it does. Oh, I went right to it. Look at that. All right, strawberry. Like the strawberry plant, its stems bent low with sweet, bountiful fruit. You are experiencing an abundance in your life right now. You are rich in your emotional capacity, your material gains, and your spiritual learning. You've earned every bit of reward that is coming to you now that you are near the end of your journey. Be generous with this wealth. And provide support to others who are not yet reaping their harvest. This will be returned to you one day threefold. Oh my God, my voice just like died. Oh my goodness. All right, let me get tissues. All right, we'll see if we can continue. I might need to take a break from my voice. Hawthorn, 27. Okay, I didn't get to finish reading this though. So this is strawberry is in reverse. So all these things are how you are not feeling. Right now you are feeling not abundant in life. You're feeling stunted with your spiritual learning. It feels like you are in this energy forever. You're feeling a lot of lack in your life right now. Is the main energy. Because these don't have reverse. Okay, bluebell. The energy that I'm picking up is it's a bit more slow moving. There's something sacred about it. There's something graceful, slow moving. It's sad. There's a sad energy, obviously. Bluebell 17. Let's see this one. Bluebell 17. Previously laid plans feel like they're starting to fall apart. If you don't stop and mend them now, it's only going to cause issues further down the line. The gummy sap of the bluebell has historically been used in bookbinding and fletching. It's even a natural insecticide, providing an extra protection against damage. Whatever glue you use in this situation, take the time you need to find the correct solution and set things right now, or you'll end up doing the work again in the near future. Tulip in reverse. Went right to it. You are feeling like you don't have any energy. You're feeling colorless, and your vibrancy, like, I'm reading the opposite of what it has in here. Yeah, the tulips are all about growing, and they're kind of fast, and they're full of energy and creativity in life, and you are in reverse, so you're not feeling that way right now. And I'm getting the sense that there might be some financial insecurity, because this is giving an example of how people were obsessed with buying tulips, especially in the 1600s. And some of the other cards were talking about like having tons of abundance, but it's feeling like you lost something, you lack something, you are not abundant. You are not feeling that way right now. You're not feeling enough. And this says, be yourself, express yourself, make the art you want to make. Now is the time to turn life into what you want it to be. And this is probably true. Like, this energy might be available to you, but right now you're healing. And so what is a message from your higher self? And I'm led to the hawthorn. The wisdom of the past is all around us, and there's plenty that we can learn from it. Hawthorn helps us to reconnect with these stories, carrying a link to the spirits of the past in the scent of its blossoms and helping us to speak with them. What's stopping you from moving forward? Consult your past. Think about when you or a member of your community may have encountered something similar before. So you might be feeling really lonely right now in whatever energy you're feeling, and thinking that no one else feels that way. And it might surprise you to know that there are actually a lot of people that probably feel the same way as you. And those people are probably isolated as well. It's saying, like, prioritize your health. So in this state right now, depending on what is going on, it's leading me back to the bluebell. So, and it's now flipping it in reverse. 17. Previously laid plans feel like they're starting to fall apart. The gummy sap of the bluebell has historically been used in bookbinding and fletching. It's even a natural insecticide, providing an extra protection against damage. Whatever glue you use in this situation, take the time you need to find the correct solution. So you might be having a lot of questions about your health. For some reason, I'm seeing like a lot of like throat, a lot of like smoking, not being able to breathe, maybe. I'm just seeing a lot of smoking and drug use. Smoking. So speaking of smoking, how about we, dear angels and guides of the highest truth and compassion, please fill me with light, love, and healing. Help me pull in energy without embracing the energy and affecting my own energy. Lead me to what is going to help heal me, and lead me to messages that are going to help heal others. Thank you very much. Gracias. Citrus. Oh my goodness. Right after the question I just asked was like, lead me to what's going to heal me. Vitamin C, man. Vitamin C. All right, let's. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our hearts change, come whatever, we will still be friends forever. Okay, Citrus. This is a card of capability and empowerment. You've been stuck in a limbo lately, waiting for someone to make the time to help you. Ultimately, however, it will be faster to brush up on the skills you lack and do things yourself. Be like a citrus fruit with all its important nutrients. Fill yourself with value and strength that will benefit you both now and in the future. I love that. Yes, this is definitely all about like health, but it's mind, body, soul. So taking care of all of those. So, okay, if you don't know that song, that's by Vitamin C, which is probably why it popped into my head. But what's interesting is it's about graduating, it's about like moving forward, leaving things in the past. It's not necessarily just about graduating from high school or something like that. So there's a lot with moving past this old energy, moving out of this stagnant energy, this bummer of an energy. And I'm knocking on wood. What's going on? Someone's calling my attention. There's healing. Heart healing, I'm hearing. What is a message from your higher self? And it's leading me to Hawthorne again. What's stopping you from moving forward? So it wants you to ask that question. What is a message from your higher self? What is stopping you from moving forward? Just answer that. I just heard I don't have enough time. And then I heard I'm greedy, which is kind of rude to yourself if you're saying that. I want more. I'm selfish. I keep hearing like these kind of like more negative things. Like you're beating yourself up. What's stopping you from moving forward? I would say you're beating yourself up, you're tearing yourself down, which is having a negative impact on your health. It will be faster to brush up on the skills you lack and do things yourself. What's stopping you from moving forward? You think other people have to give you the answers. That's what I'm picking up on. Bluebell in reverse. You might need some support because like maybe the glue isn't helping in a way that it needs to. It keeps bringing me back to the book binding. Bluebell. And then I just heard, sometimes I run, sometimes I hide, sometimes I'm scared of you, but all I really... It's even a natural insecticide, providing an extra protection against damage. Oh, okay. So you have to think about what's going to heal you, what's going like a preventative program for yourself and your health, mind, body, and soul. So making sure you get enough sleep, making sure you drink water first thing in the morning, making like the small steps like that. Over time, you can add new things into it, like strength building, like things like that. Little by little, you can do little things and they will have a bigger impact down the line. And there's some waiting with that. Definitely add some more fruit to your diet is what I'm hearing. Like you need fruit, you need fiber, you need all the nutrients, the vitamins. You need to like be your own motivator, your fuel. It's gut health, so take care of... No, it's leading me. What is a message from your higher self? Oh, and now it's having me move forward. Okay. Rose in reverse. The rose belongs to the Lady of Miracles herself, the Virgin Mary. Rosaries even get their name from the rose hips they were originally made from. If you've drawn this card, a miracle of your very own is on its way. Perhaps that creative block is about to lift, or you're about to make major headway on a problem that's been plaguing you. Either way, things are about to change for the better. Make sure that you're ready to take advantage of it and get back on track. However, it's in reverse, so I'm here to let you know that the current ways that you're dealing with things, the current glue you're using to bookbind, essentially, is not working. And so you need to try a different way. Yeah, you need to try a different way. And you need to do it yourself. You need to start taking steps to take care of yourself. You are currently in a creative block, spiritually speaking, is what I just heard. All right. Tulip in reverse again. Read it upright. Okay. In the 1600s, tulips caused one of the greatest cases of buying mania in history, with some varieties so sought after that a single bulb could sell for 2,500 florins, the equivalent of $150,000 today. Don't be afraid to put your stamp on the world. Be yourself, express yourself, make the art you want to make. Now is the time to turn life into what you want it to be. And there's a lot with throat chakra and like smoking. Chamomile in reverse. It's a great companion plant to grow in your garden, protecting other plants from pests. There's a lot with like picking up bugs, picking up negative energy, dust and dander, old dust, dust yourself off. This card is encouraging you to lean on a strong existing relationship that has provided support and companionship in the past, or it may be suggesting that there is a new one on the horizon who inspires you to be the best you can be. It's in reverse. Who are you grateful for above all others? You will be hearing from them soon. It's in reverse. It's particularly fond of herbs such as mint, and even improves their taste and fragrance when in close proximity. I was being called to peppermint, and this is chamomile, so there's a lot with tea, which would soothe the throat, and there's some need to express yourself in some way. Oh yeah, that would make sense. So citrus, kind of like this orange energy, is in contrast to blue and the throat chakra. And so there's like creation with expression. That's what I'm getting the sense of. And now apple is in reverse too. My goodness, why all these reversals? Oh, 22, 22. I was like, why am I itchy? It's like, look. Okay, fine. I saw it. Okay, apple in reverse, and now I'm itchy. Not so long ago, you set out on a path with a goal in mind. Now, after all your hard work, determination, and passion, you're so close to completion that you can almost taste it. But a hitch has pushed you back a few steps, undoing some progress. Don't let frustration convince you to throw it all away. Have patience, untangle the knot in front of you, and accept that delays are inevitable. Success will be just as sweet tomorrow as it will be today. And so now it's upright. So there is a lot with like dealing with your crap, dealing with a mess, dealing with your sickness, dealing with your mind, dealing with your throat, dealing with your allergy, dealing with your stomach, esophagus. There's something with a disconnect from here to your gut, like something with like trusting your gut. Oak upright. And it looks powerful. Great oaks from little acorns grow, one of the mightiest trees we have. Sacred to gods of thunder, Zeus and Thor, starts life as a tiny seed filled with enormous promise. Acorns are a powerful but dormant source of potential, and to look at one, it's hard to imagine what it could grow into. From this, we can learn an important lesson: to remain humble. Even in Even in the knowledge of our capacity for greatness, others will notice this and appreciate our modesty. Okay, so I feel like there's a mess that you got to clean up. You've got to start taking care of yourself. You've got to come clean about something. And whatever were doing in the past isn't working. And now it wants me to read Blackthorn upright. And this is, what is a message from your higher self? Blackthorn. You know where you're going. You've got a plan in place, and everything feels like it's on course. But with the appearance of Blackthorn comes icy hailstorms. Closely linked to Kali, goddess of winter, the Blackthorn is a tree of strife that has a different idea of what's best for you. An unexpected change is coming your way, ready to interrupt even your best laid plans. Stay on your feet and be ready to react quickly. One wrong step will see you swept away. But if you're canny and heed this warning, you may still come out on top. There's a lot with prevention. There's a lot with damage control in this message. definitely with your health. Definitely whatever it is, whatever inklings you might have that something is taking a toll on your health, you need to take it seriously. So, yeah, maybe it's burnout. Maybe it's, I heard reaping what you sow. And so if you are putting your efforts into like drinking and partying and not sleeping, and you're not taking care of yourself, or you're just always around people, even that can be draining on you too. You're doing drugs, is what I'm hearing right now. Alcohol, anything like that. Any poisons you're putting into your system, anything clouding up your mind, and it takes a toll, especially over time. And while moderation can be helpful, especially if you're not eating correctly for your body, but I keep hearing coughing. Okay, this is weird, stick with me. Pokemon came into my mind. Video games could be an addiction that is happening. But I just saw coughing, like coughing, that popped into my head. And he's like spitting out like this icky muck, But then I heard Goldine, 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 Goldine. So maybe you need more water. You need to drink more water because you're coughing. Water is very healing, especially if you're feeling burnt out. There are different ways you can introduce water. All right, what else? Thistle. Kind of both. Thistle both. And it feels kind of apathetic or whatever. That's the vibe I just got from it. Thistle 37. Oh, I went to right to it. Something is holding you back from making progress, like abundant thistles on the path of your journey, waiting to be a spine in your foot. Complications are frustrating, but sometimes ultimately unavoidable. You can't move forward while you're bottling up anger and aggravation. Whatever the source, find it and confront it. The process of removing that thorn may be difficult and painful, but if you're going to make any progress at all, it will only come after you've faced your problems. Yeah. Like I said, there's a lot with like cleaning up your mess, and there's a lot with like taking responsibility for yourself too, and that's why you have to be prepared. Like you have to plan ahead. You've got like, whether it's in finances, I'm definitely still called towards health. Like if you're not taking steps, if you're sitting for hours, if you're just things that are draining your energy. I'm just like violent video games or just watching shows that are just kind of like getting under your skin, but you enjoy it at the same time. I think, okay, clarifying. Oh my god. 5 of Pentacles upright. And then 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, that's very specific. There's a lot with the earth energy, grounded energy, material world. Like you've got to be in your body is what I'm hearing. 5 of Pentacles. Pentacles. I'm hearing burnout as well. 5 of Pentacles. Upright. Isolation, poverty, poor health, insecurity. Poor health is like strong right now. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Irresponsible, neglect, disorganization, unpredictability. Neglect. So you are neglecting your health. You are like, what is a message from your higher self? You are neglecting your health. Take care of your health. Okay, anything else? Birch upright. This is number 1. I'm also hearing do 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 do, which is Muse. Okay. In Irish communities, the traditional winter Yule log is cut from the birch tree. A broom of birch twigs is used to brush out the dust of the old year. I did say dust and stuff. And bring in the new, and household fires are doused and then relit from the central Yule fire to bring the community together. Yes, I was seeing smoking and stuff like that. You are facing a new beginning, but do not embark upon this future alone. You will have a stronger start if you rely on friends, family, or colleagues to support you through your first steps. Do not fear removing what is past its use. So plug in, baby. Do 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 do. I'm getting like get lit. The seed is in reverse. So there's still like, I'm still getting this sense that you don't think you can do it. And you want other people to motivate you or tell you to do it. And here, this message is telling you to do it. Like, take care of yourself. You're neglecting your health. Get it together. Get it together. Get it together. The seed is 0. I didn't even know. Look at that. Like, we're going backwards. We're like taking baby steps is what I'm hearing. The seed, it's in reverse. This is the beginning, the first act that will set all your plans into motion. The seed may seem small, but it is full of potential, containing everything it needs to grow into something incredible. Oh, and it's pulling miracle. That's really beautiful. Take the time to nurture it and give it the right conditions to flourish. You may already have several seeds growing. Do not be afraid to let this one remain dormant a little longer. It will come to fruition when the time and conditions are right for you, but it's in reverse. And so I feel like that's saying, get a move on. Start your journey. Start your miracle. And then it's leading me back to Hawthorne. Like this card is set aside away from everything. It's like, it seems like it's the main energy of this. So let's read it again. The wisdom of the past is all around us, and there's plenty that we can learn from it. Hawthorne helps us to reconnect with these stories, carrying a link to the spirits of the past in the scent of its blossoms and helping us to speak with them. What's stopping you from moving forward? What's stopping you from moving forward? Consult your past. Think about when you or a member of your community may have encountered something similar before. And then I'm seeing repair. And then I'm just saying you can do it. Like what is... And now I'm led to Bluebell. It just opened up to it. It's even a natural insecticide. So I feel like you're sick. I feel like you get sick often. You've got bugs. You need to repair things. Your throat. Maybe you're a smoker. Or you eat the wrong foods. You're not listening to what your body needs. You're ignoring the obvious signs. And why are you ignoring them? You got to tune in to like your natural, like what you need is what I'm hearing. All right. I'm starting to clean up a little bit. Now it wants me to read Birch. You are facing a new beginning, but do not embark upon this future alone. You will have a stronger start if you rely on friends, family, or colleagues to support you through your first steps. Like maybe you really are dealing with an addiction and like a big addiction. And I'm getting the sense that you're getting high because like turquoise is a lot with like connecting with your higher self, or maybe you would heal through speaking about it and therapy. And close your eyes, baby. Da-da-da-ba-dum-bum-ba-dum. So plug in, baby. Ba-dum, ba-dum. I'm hearing music could be very beneficial. Blue. Oh, water. Yeah. So if you're finding yourself angry, frustrated, the antidote is water. The antidote is crying. The antidote is releasing and expressing. And so if you can't even answer the question, what's stopping you from moving forward? What is stopping you from moving forward? Prioritize your health. Is that what's stopping you from moving forward? Your health is poor. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Like, I'm just hearing that over and over. Is there a message I'm missing? Yes. What can I say to them? What is a message from your higher self? Buffalo. Grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. The hooves of the mighty, I'm itchy. What is a message from your higher self? Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes look to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time, and may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. Trusting pure presence. And when it's out of balance, it's like restless and it lacks gratitude. So citrus in reverse, I was just called to read. Capability and empowerment. You don't feel like you are capable of doing it, but you are. If you just focus on the small bits and pieces ahead. So I'm getting this sense that I'm pulling in energies. Fire ant. There's a lot with heart now. This is fire, so like I was feeling fire. Aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. Fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire art energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. And I keep getting like the throat and the like there's the blue and like the cooling and the so maybe you are talking a lot. Maybe you are using your voice for negative. Maybe you are just gossiping and just saying whatever. And it's just like misaligned fire ant energy is at play if you are blaming and gossiping. And so there could be a lot like of strain on your heart. And then fish, restlessness, change of focus, lost in the current. The fish loves to be subsumed in life's current. Nothing pleases it more than movement, movement, and more movement. The roaming lifestyle of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but usually leads to weariness and slippery relationships. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. Spend some time with the lunar forces, dear fish, as the peace and calm of the moon will soothe your soul. And there was one thing, I feel like there was one, it's like intentions in reverse. I'm getting messy up in here though, and this has been long enough. So what you need to know is the birch. The birch. The birch. You are facing a new beginning, but do not embark upon this future alone. You will have a stronger start if you rely on friends, family, or colleagues to support you through your first steps. So whatever you're trying to do, release. Yeah, here on Five of Pentacles is now in reverse. This is what you need some support with. Financial recovery, renewed confidence, spirituality, and opportunity. And I'm called renewed confidence. So you need some encouragement and support to get there. And that's all you need on your journey, because you need to just do it yourself too. But you can have support on that journey. Okay, I am cleaning up. I am calling it. We are done. It's done. New beginning it is. Okay, so pile number 3, that is what is a message from your higher self. And so I hope that helped you. Okay. Bye.